And welcome to the Ben Mallah podcast, where Ben Mallah and the crew are going to answer your real estate questions.
No, we're not.
We're going to try.
We're not. We ain't doing shit.
If
All
you-
right, I had a rough day.
If you'd like to get on the show, go to benmallah.com/shop and get Fast Pass. That will get you on the show. You can also send a super chat. So me and Aaron are going to read them. And,
Aaron's not here.
Oh, he's not? All right. Then I'm going to read them. And then Ben's going to answer the questions. So, Ben, what did you do last weekend?
My throat's messed up. Still messed up from last weekend. Last weekend was a phenomenal weekend. Why? Because these are and I'm not bullshitting you. When I say it, I mean it. These are my greatest friends in the world. Okay? Imagine having a room with 250 of your friends in it. I mean, really, people that really, your friends, they came all the way. I had people that come from Canada. I had people come from all the damn states. I ain't going to name them. They stayed in my hotel. One guy didn't. I got pissed at him. Because you could buy a ticket. You don't have to stay in a hotel now. That's how desperate we are to make money at the hotel. Okay. It was the weekend after Labor Day. The weekend after Labor Day is the worst weekend of the year, or one of them, for hotels. Why? Because everybody partied out on Labor Day. Everybody's back at school. Blah, 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 blah. Summer's over, party's over, whatever. So these people came down and rented all these rooms in my hotel. We hung out. I did private meetings. Rafal worked the shit out of me. And you made a lot of money off of me this weekend, Rafal. You're going to pay. All right. You're lucky the hotel's making money.
I'll buy you lunch.
All right, buy me lunch. Anyway, I seen your lunch. Your lunch sucks. Anyway, these people are fantastic, and I love every one of them. It's the nicest people you ever met in your life, okay? The people that come to our seminars are just such great people. And you know what's really great about it? It's like they're just people. There's no difference in any of us, I mean, yeah, some of us I met with big shots. Let me tell you, there were some big shots there. They had me thinking I was in a room with guys that were worth, at least 25, 30% of me. So they had big time money to do and big time decisions to make. And but the event itself, which we're having on October 15th in Tampa, 4 Point Sheridan needs money. Who wants to come help me out? My mortgage payments are more than double right now. If I had a mortgage payment for 25 grand, it's 50 right now. Why? Because I was living off this great rate for all this time. And now I'm not lucky in paying in the goddamn 2.5 zone or something like that. I'm getting ready to hit 5, baby. And that's the big 5. Like, I don't get no fatter than 5X. 5 is the fucking limit in my life. 5% interest. I mean, when you got to pay more than 5% interest, don't pay to be in real estate. Unless you're starting out and you got some really super deal. But the guy in my league, if you got to pay 5% for interest, you're only getting, and then somebody wants you to pay them 5% cap rate. You're working for free. So my life is not simple right now. Aaron, you showed up. Thank you very much. Today we had to go out. I had to buy another today I had to go and buy like a little minivan school bus because, we got kids that live in this area that want to travel 25 miles to go to a really good school. So we had to go out and buy a bigger van because, kids got to get to school.
I didn't need to go
Did
to
you like the van?
Yeah, it was nice. I did not need to go to
that van is only 5 years old. The brand new one would have been 40, 50 grand. I only paid 9 grand.
It has 100,000 miles on it.
Who cares? So did the Kia when I bought it, thing, or 100,000 on a minivan ain't nothing. Especially Matt don't beat the hell out of it. If you drive it, maybe it won't last. All right.
Hey, Ben, so we have a first
what do you
caller.
want?
Very quick.
Did you tell anybody? Listen, we need to go to where tonight to get the Fast Pass? BenMallah.com. Get a Fast Pass. Be part of the damn, what are we doing? Podcast. Okay? Go get a Fast Pass. You can talk right now and be part of this. What else we got? Super chats. We got the super chat boy over here. We got a Fast Pass over here. What's up, Tennessee? Tuxedo, what's up?
Hi, how you doing? It's Josh.
West Virginia or Tennessee? Where you from?
I'm from Virginia.
I just said that. I just said that. I swear I didn't know. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing good. I been watching your channel for years now, and just seeing that you can consult with you, and I had a few questions to ask you.
Listen, go to benmallah.com. We'll spend 15 minutes on the phone, 30 minutes on the phone. I don't care. But what's going on tonight? What are you doing?
Well, what I had to ask you about is I recently purchased a house. We saved up just cash, and it was a fixer-upper home, and that was the first step, and now I'm at this step. Now I'm actually in the home now, and I'm just wondering what's
I don't
the
want to
next
ask where
step.
you worked before the home. Okay, so you bought a fixer-up and you fixed it up, right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Part of a cash, all right, and you're living there, right?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Great. You're making progress. You're doing that's great. So what's up? What do you want to do now?
Well, the thing.
Are you running water right now? Don't tell me you're filling up your bathtub. Oh shit!
No, it's a fan on. Sorry.
Already forgot we was running a bath.
Does that sound better now?
Yeah. What was that running?
That's the fan. I had a circulating fan.
It was the still. All right, go ahead.
Yeah,
so,
but
the house, you fixed it up. Now what do you want to do?
Pretty much I'm just trying to see what's
nice
next.
Pine wood in the background. I'm looking at some nice pine, ain't I? Is
yes,
that
sir.
Good?
I did all the work myself, the plumbing and
I noticed the walls behind you, how fucking nice they look.
Yes, sir, I did them myself, and that's why I said it's just like I'm at a sit still. It's like I don't see myself like really progressing from just this house. It's like I do a lot of handyman work.
What do you?
I fix homes and
one. The problem is you're living in that one. Imagine.
Yeah, that.
Well, can you get a loan? Is there a?
That's what I was gonna say. I don't know how well I would do it on loan because all my business is small business from my sole proprietor business license, but I'm only making maybe $500 to $600 a week.
All right, but the point is this, we need to have a private conversation, all right, because you don't want the whole world to know what your tax situation is and if you file taxes and what you're doing your cash and all that good shit. We got to talk confidentially. I mean, basically, you need to figure out a plan on how to make your next move. All right.
Well, I was really calling to ask you, do you think it'd be a good idea to maybe add on to this home
hell yeah.
To make it a bigger home, because right now it's only 25 feet by 25 feet.
It's a single wide. Okay. No, it's double wide, ain't it?
Well, it's actually on a foundation. It's just a small home.
I'm kidding. Listen, what you need to do is you need to figure out what the next move's going to be. All right?
Yeah.
Well, if you can add on to that house all you want, you're creating value, but you're not creating income. So as long as you're living there, we need to talk for a long time. If you can get a hold of me or email me or you do a Ben Consult, we'll sit down and we'll figure out how you can make your next move and what you got to do, because we got to talk about where you're going to live, if you rent this out, if you sell it. I mean, there's a lot of things involved to sit down and, and look at your situation and put myself in your shoes. I'm not going to half-ass. I can't just half-ass throw an answer out. I need to know your whole goddamn life, and I'm going to find out. How many stills you got? How many stills you got running?
Well, right now I don't have any stills operating. I'm be honest with you. I work on smartphones and iPhone screens as well. I do a lot of TV mounting as well.
Very good, very good. All right, well, get a hold of me. You bought something, you fixed it up. You should be damn proud of yourself. And now you got to find out what the next move is going to be and how you're going to get the resources to do it. But I can't sit here on this type of program and talk about it. All right, we'll get a hold of you. All right, well, come to the show October 15th. Can you get down to from how far is where are we at, Virginia? How far is Virginia from here? You got a car? No, I'm just kidding.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I have a car. I got a car and a truck.
I knew you had a truck. Anyway, get a hold of me or come to the show and but get a hold of me online. All right, with Rafal. Go to benmallah.com. All right.
And can I ask you one more question, please?
Yeah.
Where do you land those big jobs at, to actually get where you can, get more bigger jobs, like bigger construction.
You got to go where the jobs are at, wherever the jobs are at. We can talk about that too. You want to get contractor licensed? Do you want to get a license? You have a license? I got to ask you all this shit to be able to help you. So get a hold of me, and I'll help you in Virginia without building a still.
Okay.
All right. This guy scared the shit out of me. Does anybody know? I mean, and I'm sure he's a smart guy. I tell you one thing, you cannot judge a book by any covers anymore. Even people down south are smart now. Except what are you laughing at, Polak? We ain't got to your country yet. Oh my God. All right. And I promise I won't talk about politics, even though CNN pissed me off. They're always so one-sided. Why is all the news channels one-sided? That's not the friggin' news. The news is the news, not your opinion. They conjure up all kinds of shit against this side and that side, Republicans and Democrats, and it's ridiculous. I just want the straight fucking story. When you ask me something, I'm just going to give you the straight goddamn story. All that opinion bullshit, forget about it. The facts are the facts.
You're right.
What else, Aaron?
Shout out Gav Salzman. Thank you for the first super chat. Hi, Ben. Do you think it's worth it to sell my Tesla portfolio now that it's so high? Thanks for such amazing content, and I think it's the best on YouTube.
Well, thank you very much. Listen, I watch Tesla. The bargain is when you catch it 7 or below. That's when you know you're going to make money. At least that's the way it's been. And now it's up around 9 or some shit. The point is that you don't want to cash it in, I don't think. You've been taking a ride. Keep taking a ride until you find the money or you need the money to do a real deal. Okay? I swear to God, I looked at a $185 million deal today. I can't get it. I really think I should buy it, but I can't raise that kind of money. Anybody want to loan me a couple of $1,000,000?
How much?
I only need 185, but it's a shopping center that's over the top. It's got every brand store in there. Unfortunately, it's in friggin' the worst state in the world, but it's got such major stores in it. And it's got opportunity to grow because Toys R Us left. And when Toys R Us left, they made the giant space. If I buy that place, I basically get the giant space for free. All I got to do is rent it out and make money. What else? You got another caller.
Ben.
How are you?
All right, man. Thanks for having me. I'm a huge fan. Yeah, your videos are so great, so educational.
If you were such a huge fan, how come you didn't come to the show last weekend? And how come you're not coming to the show on October 15th? My hotels need money.
You got me.
Can you imagine if those 250 people that stayed over the weekend didn't rent? Those rooms would have been empty.
When's the dates again?
October 15th, the next one.
I know, you said it 1,000 times. All right, so anyways, I own a property that's worth a lot more than I paid, and I really want to make a move, but this market's stressing me out, man. These interest rates are going up every day. I'm getting more bald every day because these interest rates, and believe it or not, last month I had a full head of hair.
You don't know what the fuck stress is. When you go from paying $1 million a month to $2 million, try that kind of goddamn stress.
Yeah, I only got one property, so I'm not over leveraged or anything. So I know I could be doing worse. I'm just trying to make a little joke for you. But
all right, but that's great. I mean, so what do you want to do? You got plenty of equity in a property. You're afraid because the interest rates are going up. What do you want to do?
Anything you buy now could potentially just go down in value. Right?
Yeah, but who cares? Who cares if your cash flow's fixed? I mean, if you look at my cash flow, I mean, your rents are only going to go up. I don't think they're going to come down. I've very rarely ever seen that. Maybe in a very unique market like the A market or the real high-end shit. But anyway, the point is that if you go out and buy a piece of property and you cash flowing and you fix your rate like I should have done at 3% when I could have, but I was too greedy because I was only paying 2% and I'm an idiot. And, basically, if you fix your rate and you know what your cash flow is your cash flow, no matter what the fuck the market does. You go up and go down, who cares? I'm collecting my money every month.
Yeah, but now the interest rate's so high, so much money is going to the bank and so little money is coming to you.
I mean, the point is you got to find the right deal. And now, because the interest rate's going up, we're going to see a shitload of deals. I'm telling you, I believe it. I hope, I pray that, the interest rate going up, whatever is good, whatever is bad is good. The times that are bad is when you make your money. When the stock is down and the market is going down, for Tesla is at 692, where I should have bought it, that's when your opportunity is there. Okay, it's just the way society and works.
There's basically two camps of people. Like, do you think that there's going to be a small correction, or do you think it's going to be like the sky falls and everything is going to be?
I think it's going to adjust to where it makes sense. Everything is about logic. People are nuts, but deep down inside, human beings think logically. At least most of us do. And logically, it don't make sense to buy a property only giving you a 5% return if you're paying 5% interest. Okay? Because it's called a wash. And I'm not that dirty, so I don't need a wash. I need to make some money. I need some dirt. That's what I need. I need the dirt. I don't want to wash. So anyway, make a move, find a deal. If it's a deal, it's a deal. That's all that
So I live
matters.
in Canada and everything. There's no real good
You ain't
deal.
finding no deal then.
There's no deal here. So
Forget about it. You got to go across the border. What's the closest?
I want to go to Florida.
Are you legally allowed to cross the border? Will we let you in your country?
I find a way.
Okay, because I found out when I went to Canada. Okay, you guys kind of have this population of people who aren't allowed in our country.
It's crazy, yeah.
And I got a couple of friends that are part of them. But
I got a funny story. I'm actually not one of those people, but I made it to Florida one way or another. So I went for 2 weeks. I stayed in Palm Bay, and there's like really amazing houses there for so cheap compared to like
what's the closest border to you?
Buffalo?
Niagara. How far are you from the U.S.? Can you walk there? Can you drive there by car?
Yeah,
not walking.
No.
You guys walk your ass off in Canada. I was in Toronto and man, I lost about 5-10 pounds. All right, so Bo, where'd you say the border is? What city?
Buffalo, no? It's close.
Buffalo.
Niagara. Yeah.
Niagara. So go to Niagara. I've been there. Niagara's split in 2 ways. So you got the American side, looks like shit, and you got the Canadian side, which is nice, very touristy. Touristy, that's a new word.
I want to go where the weather's warm, though.
Yeah, but if you're moving,
I want to move, but the other thing is trying to get a visa.
I was moving. You keep throwing another wrench into it. Well, if you weren't moving, I'd say go take your ass to Niagara. We sell you Canadians and try to buy something, fix it up, and rent it out Section 8. I've been to Niagara or Buffalo. Shuffle all up to Buffalo. I mean, otherwise, if you're moving somewhere warm, you plan on coming where? The Bahamas? You live in the Bahamas, man?
No.
You're coming to Bahamas. Go to Bimini, man. What's up? All right. What are you going to do? You're moving. What are you going to do? Are you going to move? If you're moving, you got to buy real estate where you live, right?
Yeah, I want to get a duplex. That's what I've been thinking about.
Where?
Florida.
Are you going to live here? No.
I want to. Only problem is trying to get a visa.
Well, then sneak to the country some kind of way and get over here and do it.
Yeah.
Bank of America loan.
What about getting a loan? Like I have good credit in Canada and
TD Bank. We're all over the place here. TD Bank. TD Bank's Canadian bank. And then you got another one. There's another Canadian stuck in the bank business here. And they loan money. They loan big money to Americans.
Nice.
They might even loan you money, Canadian.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they trust you Canadians. No, we don't loan. We're Canadian bank.
Yeah,
we don't loan our own people. I'm just kidding. All right, well, get
we're nice, right?
Go to Palm Bay, move to Florida, move to Palm Bay, find a nice duplex and buy it. Done. I know you got money. When you leave there, you're gonna walk away with big money. $1 million bucks. What?
The house is worth $800,000.
Oh, okay.
And I owe like $350 on it. So
you're upside down.
I owe $350 on it.
You said, yeah, but how much is the house worth?
$800,000.
800. All right. So yeah, you got $450,000 worth of equity. Very good.
Canadian, right?
Money. Well, Canadian. Well, I think it's more or less than ours. Anyway, if you can relocate to the U.S., you got to do that first. Okay. So adios. So I don't know how do they say goodbye in French. Canadians don't have a language. Canadians don't have a language. All they speak is either French or English.
Yeah.
There's no Canadian language. You guys don't even have your own language.
Shit, man. Eskimo shit up here.
All right. Well, good luck to you. Let me know when you hit Florida, but come to the event on October 15th. Come on. Happy to be waiting. Happy. I had that hotel ready to rock and roll, baby. So I had a great time. I don't know. Aaron, you had a good time?
Yeah.
Meeting all these great people. Aaron hung out with guys, kids, talked to them, talked to people. You know, we did pictures. Hey, if you come to Tampa, I bring the Rolls Royces, baby. I ain't driving all the way to Fort Lauderdale. Okay, but I'll bring the cars out. We'll take pictures. We'll hang out. You know, you'll get a free ashtray. You get a bumper sticker. This is a license plate sticker, by the way. This perfectly fits where the dealer's name normally goes. I could be your dealer. Put this on your car. Can you buy these online or you're out of stock?
Yes.
I don't know.
BenMallah.com/shop.
You don't run merchandise. Look at that. Get an ashtray. You'll get a life for sale pen. Ben Mallah, life for sale. The cheapest pens in the market, baby. But if it's a good deal, they'll work it. And you'll get a free notepad from the Sheridan symbol. What else you want? Come on down. Hang out with us. October 15th, BenMallah.com/live.
Yep. There you go.
I need Jimmy here to keep plugging it like he did the last time. That's why we sold tickets, because of Jimmy. All right, what do you got, Aaron?
All right, shout out Chris. Shout out fellow Urser. Thank you for the $4.99. Ben, my house has $200,000 equity. Should I cash out and wait for the market to correct to find a better deal, or sell and lowball now with current rates?
You know, only a Starbucks cup does that. It like locks in. It's a pretty good cup, and it fits in a cup holder. Normally, big cups don't fit in a cup holder. You know, they're too big. All right. Anyway, listen. You have the money or the resources. What you need is a HELOC.
HELOC.
You need a HELOC. You know what a HELOC is, Aaron?
Home equity loan.
Line.
Right? Oh, line of credit.
Thank you. You need a HELOC so the money's sitting there waiting. You know, the whole point is getting money out of your house is a resource that you need to tap. Okay? You tap all the resources you can. All right? But you got to find a deal. All right? It's all about we're off the air.
No, you're good. You're good.
I don't see the camera.
You're good. Don't worry about it. You're good.
We're good. We're good. Polish Productions. Anyway, we're up there still. The point is finding the deal. Then you got to have the money to do the deal. So get that HELOC, and the money will be sitting there, and you don't pay on it until you use it. What else you got?
Does anybody else hate Be Real? Like, Be Real is one of the worst social media apps I've ever used. I swear. It's like the newest social media app now, and it's just like terrible. It's like, I don't get it. I don't get it.
Be Real.
Everybody knows. Rafal, you don't know. I don't know why you don't know, but you should know. Actually, you know who recommended me get it? Nick Bean.
I never heard of Be Real.
Okay.
Am I real?
Let's see.
What is it? Another Instagram bullshit?
Yeah,
is that what it
it's
is?
another social media app.
Social media. I'm on this social media, on that social media.
In the chat, tell me how you feel, because I don't really like it.
Thank you for sharing that with us.
Shout out Chris.
You need to be real. You better do your homework too.
Shout out Chris Tolley. Thank you again for the super chat. Hi, Ben. I'm 24 with no debt and have saved up around $150K. What do you think is the best first investment in real estate?
The first best investment is, and the easiest one is, to buy an owner-occupied property if you're 24 years old. If you're 24 years old, buy yourself a nice fourplex and live in it, and understand you'll learn the business, you'll make money every month, and at a minimum, it's not a deal. Don't ever buy a fourplex or a triplex if the other units don't cover at least all your expenses so you live for free. All right? A fourplex, really, the right deal on a fourplex, you should cash flow and live for free. So, you know, you need to go get applied for FHA or low down. You know, that 150 grand you got in the bank, spend, the screen went out again, spend as little of it as you can. Even with interest rates going up, it's better you have that big chunk of money in the bank, always there to protect you, waiting for the next opportunity. Spread your money out. Try to get the cheapest down payment you can. Get a first-time home buyers program, even if you qualify for that. I don't care, but, you know, buy an income property you're going to live in, especially if you're paying rent. If you're paying rent, then you're going to save money. And saving money is making money. All right, what else? Are we sure we're even on air? Because that screen's out.
We're good. Am I can't hear myself, but anyways. Let's see. Shout out Ricky. Thank you for the $4.99. Ben, I'm in Birmingham, Alabama.
Ooh, Birmingham.
What do you think is a good approach and strategy to get started into real estate? A good approach and strategy.
Listen, according to my findings, whenever I see shit in Birmingham, no offense, I'm not saying it's shit, it's when you see stuff or opportunities there. There are opportunities there. I mean, the southern countries, to me, definitely in the Midwest, always have opportunities. I just don't want to go ahead and take advantage of them. I'm sorry. No offense. You know, but you need to find a deal. What was his question? He's in Alabama.
He basically just said, what do you think is a good approach and strategy to get started in real estate?
Strategy. Your approach is finding the deal, all right, and having the money to do the deal. It's simple. That's all real estate is about. You know, everything else falls into place. Do you have the money? Can you find a deal? Can you find apartments to rent out, raise the rent, fix them up? Mm-hmm. Can you find a house to fix up? Mm-hmm. Or you know, go to benmallah.com and talk to me if you want to get real personal. Okay, I'll get personal with you. I'll tell you exactly what I would do if I was in your shoes. Go to benmallah.com/consult or come to the show October 15th at the 4 Point Sheraton, baby. Yep. If you ain't been in let me tell you, all right, it ain't the fucking Ritz-Carlton, but let me tell you, you walk into my hotel, we got our fucking lobby. It's 100-foot ceiling, glass ceiling in it. We got trees and waterfalls, and it's a cool place to hang out, okay? And I'll be there. So that's 2 reasons to come. All right, what else?
Shout out, good job, man. Hello from Flanders, Belgium. Really like the
Belgium.
content. Belgium, that's a long ways away.
I didn't know the internet goes that far. We're talking to Belgium. What time is
We
it
should
in
go get
Belgium? It's like
waffles.
2 a.m. in Belgium. They must be sitting up. Oh, fuck. Hey, let's go on a podcast.
They got
Have
Belgian.
some Belgian beer.
They got some Belgian waffles.
Belgian waffles.
Shout out Omar. Thank you for the $5. Shout out Vermont Internet Design. Thank you for the $10. I stopped making payments and settled every loan I had in court.
Congratulations.
I haven't made a payment on a loan since 2018. How much cash do I have saved up?
I don't know. If you made deals, it's all about your credit report. You know, I mean, you need to run your credit report now that you made deals with everybody, and I don't know how it's going to show up, and I don't know what kind of score you're going to get, but at least you got rid of the friggin' debt. You put it to bed. So you basically, you cleaned your slate, and you put yourself in a position to now starting to build up and make moves. So congratulations. Let me tell you something. Straightening out shit on paying off your debts and anything on your credit, the smartest thing you can do in life. And you can do them. He probably settled for a lot less than he owed.
Yeah, sure.
So get a hold of me. We'll talk, but run your credit report, you know, and start working with a credit repair place and find out. The beauty about a bank is a bank, even if you get denied, I got denied when I was young. You know, getting denied is actually a good thing because they don't just deny you. They tell you why they denied you. And all you got to do is fix. Are we online?
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
All you got to do is fix whatever the hell a bank tells you, why they didn't give you the loan. It's simple. Everything is logical. Everything's based on logic in life. What else?
Shout out Omar. Thank you again for the super chat. Hi, Ben. Thinking about buying a fourplex, but an FHA loan only can go up to $450K. Is there a way the bank would consider giving me more money considering the cash flow of the property?
They're supposed
if so,
to.
How?
You know what? For once and for all, I had an FHA lender here once, and he swore to us, which I believed him, that the income from the property helps you qualify. Okay, I'm gonna get it in writing somehow. All right, but to my knowledge and what I've been told, the income of the property, if the broker, maybe they don't realize it. I don't know why they would tell you that. The $400,000 sounds like it's based on your income, which you're making $100,000 a year. So basically, why they're not counting the income? But go to the broker and ask them. All right, whoever your lender is, whoever you're getting a loan from, and say, hey, I was told the income of the property helps me qualify. So therefore, I'm overqualified. Okay. So find out, and if you can, next Thursday, come back and tell us what you found out, please.
There you go. All right, shout out. Okay, here we go. Chevy Disney. Yeah. Anyways, thank you for the €5.
Tech Video SNI. That's the way. And you're sitting there trying to read Tech Video, and you're a friggin' kid techie, and you're writing. Oh my God.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm used to all these foreign people like Rafal over here having these like crazy names.
Tech Video is some kind of name from Czechoslovakia.
Well, and he also had
Ben,
euros.
what's your thoughts on waterfront property in long term? Or waterfront property long term? Have you looked at the climate models for the likes of the low sea level areas like Florida? What? Listen, you buy near the water typically, unless it's Far Rockaway, Jamaica Bay, you buy waterfront. My father was the only idiot in the world that bought water in the back of our house, but it was the water nobody fucking wanted, okay, with heads popping up out of it and cars being driven into it. Go to fucking Jamaica Bay where I grew up, and I hear it's still a fucking place, a dump, and it's near the dumps. You don't buy waterfront near the fucking dumps, you idiot. My father was like the stupidest guy in the world. I'm sorry. May he rest in peace. He was always in peace because he didn't really do shit. His whole life was peace, you know, and played it safe. And then you got fucked because you play it safe and you get nowhere. All right, enough about him.
We have a caller.
We have a caller. Sea level. I don't know shit. And then I say if Florida's going to be underwater soon. All right, I'll be dead. Let fucking Aaron worry about it. You know, got flood insurance. All right. Yes, sir. Can't hear you. Turn your mute off or on or something.
You gotta unmute yourself, caller.
Unmute yourself.
Your mic is not working.
I command you to unmute yourself. You're under arrest. Unmute yourself. I wish I could mute a couple of people I know.
It seems that your mic's not working.
Where's my wife at?
All right, we'll try.
All right.
We'll try that in a little bit.
Are we even online?
Yeah,
Are we
yeah,
even live?
Yeah, we're good. Look, it's
All right.
All
Did
right.
I tell everybody what a great time last weekend? Kicked my ass, but I had a great time with everybody. The people I met were so wonderful and wanting to just a lot of them. You know, these guys had stuff. They just want to make the right moves, baby. It's all about making moves. Ben Mallah moves. You know, somebody wrote a rap song called Ben Mallah Moves, and then they had the nerve to copyright it. So I can't even use it. I don't think. Can anybody give me advice on that? You know, he makes a song about me, and now do I have rights? Did he just steal my life? Anyway, I'll find out. Hire a copyright attorney and consult with him immediately. What else?
All right. Shout out Navid. Thank you for the $20. Thank you, Ben, the Pollock, and thank you, Aaron. I make around 80 grand net. I have about 60K in stocks and no debt and no car. I live in Texas and have my own house in my name worth now 180K. Looking into buying a $50,000 BMW. Is it a good idea or is it a bad idea? What do you think?
You know, if you really got to have, if you ain't got no car, you have to have a BMW. I mean, yeah, it's nice. You know, your house is worth 180 grand. That's great. You got some money in the bank. You're making a good, decent salary. But, you know, I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't buy a $50,000 car right now. I'd try to get away for a while until you have more money. Unless, if that's your lifestyle and you're happy with the payment that you're going to be making, because I don't think you're going to put the whole, I know you're not going to, if you're going to be borrowing the money, you know, it's going to definitely affect your credit score and, and your ability to borrow money. You know, what I would be doing is, I mean, if less than 50,000 cars important, which 50,000 BMW, you can't buy. That was that the smallest one they make, the 2 Series. Anyway, you know, you should be looking at maybe borrowing some money against your house. It might be a lot cheaper rate. I don't know what the rate they're going to give you on the car, you know. So
why don't you think it'd just be smarter to buy a cheaper car?
It would be, but you know, if it depends where his life's going. Is he going to stay at the level of $80,000 a year in that and just keep trying to build his little stock account and his house is paid for or whatever? I mean, if that's his lifestyle and he's staying that way, he's going to need some comfort, because if you're going to quit at that level, then you might not be quit comfortably at least. So, you know, but if he plans on growing, you buy the cheapest car you can, have the less debt that you can, have as much money as you can. And, you know, I went out today. Okay, listen, we all know what I'm worth. All right. It's no fucking secret. Look on the internet. I went out today and bought a goddamn van for my kids to go to school for $9,000, and I'm selling a Kia for $6,000. So the van really only cost me $3,000 and has 7 seats. It's newer and it's great. I mean, you know, look I'm a multi-millionaire. I'm fucking not, you know, but I do have a big fancy Rolls Royce in the garage because I can afford it, but I don't use it much, so it doesn't really depreciate that much. But anyway, it's up to you. Do what you want, but I would be focusing on getting that money out of your house and buying some real estate to make yourself more money. Yes, sir.
How you doing, man?
Ryan, how are you?
Good. Question. I'm in New York. I have one property I own outright, a single family, and then I have a duplex that I live in myself. I've been holding off probably about 2 years now before buying anything else. Do you think I should wait until the beginning of next year?
I think that right now is the time. I'm starting to see the signals, okay, of things going down, okay? I'm starting to see it every day. More and more deals are coming my way. I'm hearing more and more about the stress shit. It's building up, all right? And you need to be watching and looking right now, okay? And then you'll actually see shit happening. If you're looking for what do you want to buy? You want to buy like another duplex? What do you want to try to do?
I want to try get definitely more units, you know, a 4-family or something, but everything in New York is super expensive.
I know that's the problem, but you know, I think you're going to see some opportunity. That's a fact. I had a guy today from New York, and let me tell you, New Yorkers are hard to do business with. He's just smart as fuck. And the guy's trying to sell me something on 125th Street in Manhattan. The last place in the world I would think I would want to go. But, you know, he almost makes me tomorrow want to have a more conversation about it. He's saying, you know, it's distress. I mean, the thing is, it's hard. Where do you live in New York? Where?
I'm in Limbrook. I'm in Long Island, Nassau County.
You're in 5 towns, Woodmere, right, all around there. That's a very high-end area. It was even when I was a kid, that's where all the rich Jews lived. You know, and they had, you know, those 5 towns. I'm not going to name them all, but I know them all. I've been in every one. Anyway, you're in a real expensive area. You're going to have to go deeper out into Long Island, or you need to go to Far Rockaway. You need to go to 540 Beach 43rd Street, the house I grew up in, tear that motherfucker down, put a brand new modular home there, and rent it to Section 8. That's what you need to do.
Is that like a dream?
And if you do that, I'll do something for you. I don't know what, but I'll do something for you. I mean, right now is a good time to look. All right. And you know damn well, the only place you're going to find a deal in New York is in a shitty, rough neighborhood still. So that's the story. It's always the story. It's always been the story. With New York, whether the market's up or down, New York is the most hardest place to go. You got a gun?
No. Well, yes, I do. Not.
All right. Well, if you got a gun, and that's step number one. You're in the right you're on your way to go to Far Rockaway, baby. I mean, what are you going to do? You're stuck in New York. You can't grow because you know why? You got 10 million people living in this little tiny place. They're all trying to grow like rats. Everybody's ratting around trying to get the next piece of cheese. That's why I got the hell out of there. I had to go somewhere there's opportunity. But, you're happy here. That's fine. You're living in Lindbergh's a nice place. All right, well, good luck. But you need to get out there and start looking for deals. That's what you got to do. And don't get discouraged and start lowballing shit. When you find something, offer them 20% less at least.
What is your take on the? I've been watching some of your videos, just doing interest-only loans. How does that benefit?
Interest only is about a relationship with a bank. If the bank really likes you and you're no risk like me, or you show me no risk, you can start making deals like that. And or if you buy something that has to be fixed up, typically they'll give anybody interest only if they know you got to put money into it. So you need that cash flow to fix it up. So, you'll find interest only, but you got to ask. The way banks work is you got to ask for shit. They ain't just going to give you shit. You got to ask for it. So ask, and you shall receive. All right, good luck. Let me know when you go to 43rd Street, Far Rockaway. It's only honestly, Lindbergh is only about, 15 minutes away, 20 minutes away?
Yeah,
Rockaway Turnpike or some shit?
I've been on the water a lot this summer. I've been right behind Rockaways over there. All
right, go by. Do they still have the elevated train that goes down the beach?
I'm not sure.
I mean, I can't believe anybody wouldn't want to move into that right near the damn train to get on the train to go to Manhattan, to go to work, and come home. I don't know. All right. Well, good luck to you, man. I appreciate the call.
Thanks, man.
Thanks a lot. Lindbergh, Woodmere, Lawrence. What's the other two?
I have no idea. All right. Let's see. Abhishek, thank you for the $10. Trying to 1031 a 80-room motel debt-free to 3 residential properties, maybe even multifamily. Motel would probably go for $2 million. Any tips? How to get a little capital out of the deal before the 1031?
All right. Number one, I typically don't do the 1031 until after I refinance and pull the money out. So if you got this hotel sitting there and you want to get your hands some cash now so it's not tied up in a 1031, and by refinancing or getting a loan against it is not a taxable event, go do it. I do it every time. Every property I got, I buy it, I refi it, and then maybe if I sell it, I'll 1031 it. But the 1031's got to keep enough significant cash in it to be able to buy the next deal or replace it. You always got to make sure you get enough money in 1031. For right now, if you don't need the money, I leave it in 1031, because the more cash you got to buy that next deal, the better you are. You're gonna have to if you sell that hotel for $2 million, you got to go out and find property worth $2 million. All right. So, then you can refinance it. What I would do is not touch the goddamn money, leave it all in 1031, buy the next deal, and go get a nice fat loan down the road after it closed and you complete your 1031. Get your hands on maybe, I don't know, motels, they're not loaning that much. Maybe you'll get 70% of your money if you're good credit. And then you get your hands on 70% of $2 million, which is a lot. I'm not gonna see. I had a rough day today.
Yeah.
You go out try to find replacement. Oh, forget it.
Well, here we go. This might make your
I'm
day
here
a little
for
better.
you, not for me.
Shout out IGH Properties. Thank you for the $400.
IGH. Let me tell you, IGH is the nicest guy you ever met in your world. He comes to every one of our events, and he hangs out and stays in a hotel. And let me tell you, this year he wasn't alone. So he's also a player. All right, and he's a great guy. I mean, I know people when I meet them. Okay. I know people. I know if you're a prick. I know if you're an asshole. I know if you're a nice person. I got that special feeling, because I can relate to all those types of personalities. And I've got them all bottled up inside of me. Anyway, IGH guy, his name's Owen, by the way. I can say his name, can I? Yeah. All right. He's the greatest guy in the world. He's our number one viewer and loyal, and he pays fucking Rafal's rent. I mean, what else can you ask for? I mean, he's a great guy. He's a smart guy, too, because somebody, I heard what he's doing. He's doing some big shit, okay? This guy's a mover and a shaker, all right? And he's a young guy, and he's doing shit, and I love to be around people like that. I would surround myself with people. Why? Because they're just like me, but just nicer than me, So I really appreciate he came down there. He took your freaking ass out to dinner, and you made him pay the bill, didn't you?
Tried.
Cheap Pollock.
Time.
I wanted to hang out with him, but I was fucking exhausted. That weekend kicked my ass. 3 days straight, pimped out by fucking Rafal, meeting with people, which was great experience for me, because I love helping people, and it's a great thing, great people. Well, and you know what's great about it is that there's no politics, there's no religion, there's no color, there's no nothing. It's just people trying to fucking get ahead in life and talking about how they can better their life. And what else can you ask for to be around? These are the real people. What else?
All right, we're gonna
call it.
Hey, Ben, how are you doing, pal?
Pretty good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm calling you from one of your favorite states, Texas.
Yeehaw! What part of Texas? Houston and Dallas? Which one? Come on.
West. I'm in Lubbock, Texas.
Lubbock, Texas.
Yeah,
right,
I'm nowhere.
What's up, Texan? Where's your horse?
I'll be honest. I'm originally from Boston. I'm originally a New England transplant.
I knew you weren't from Texas. I already knew that. And you look like you're hiding in Texas on the witness protection program or something. You used to have a beard, didn't you? I've seen you before. You used to have a beard. You used to have a beard, and that's what you need. You're in Texas now. Grow the beard and mustache out. What's up? So what can we do for you?
Well, I'll be honest.
So short. Those curtains don't really do any purpose behind you. Those curtains, they're not closing the sun out.
Yeah, it's my wife.
The other 3/4 of those curtains.
Well, the funny thing is, my daughter basketball thing is right behind me too. So.
Oh yeah, I thought that was a real person. I said, "Oh boy, what is his wife on?" I thought it was your wife, and she's just sitting there like and giving him drugs or something, just sitting still like that. All right, so congratulations on your daughter and your curtains. What do you got for us?
Okay, so what I got, just the basic story is I'm 48 years old. I got 4 children, 2 boys, 2 girls. They're pretty much graduating from college, and I've had a family real estate business my entire life, as they were little kids. I'd buy a house here, I'd buy a house there. And so now they're all older, they're graduating from college, and I have a family business that I've accumulated 33 properties, mostly single family homes, several duplexes. And I've been watching your videos for the past couple years, and I'll be honest, triple net, I never knew anything about that, a commercial or going bigger. And I just wanted to ask, if you were in my shoes at the place I'm at 48 years old, would you go ahead and try to make that transition into bigger deals and get away from what I've always done, which is singles and doubles? I do my own remodeling work. Or would you stick to what you know? Like, if you were in my shoes, would you, make that transition up now as far as getting to the bigger deals?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Well, and it's funny. I heard what you said too. Watching your videos. That
what do you want to do? What do you want to do? You want to keep worrying about 33 houses? You probably don't owe shit on them. You're probably sitting on millions of dollars knowing you, and it's not doing anything for you. Am I right or wrong? Tell me real quick. How much you got?
What's
what are
that?
you sitting on in real estate? What are you sitting on?
It's about $4 million. It's about $4 million total for the portfolio.
And how much you got in the bank?
I'll be honest with you. I'm real estate rich and cash poor.
You and the rest of the world. That's how you don't grow. But you've been a smart guy. Don't get me wrong. You knew how to grow because 33 houses didn't fucking pop up out of nowhere. You're a smart guy. You know what the hell you're doing. I can tell you put your heart into real estate.
Yeah.
And you probably do your own goddamn painting, though. You cheapskate.
I do. I'm going back to Thailand tonight.
Everybody I ever met from fucking Boston's a painter. Even if they're not a painter, they're a painter. It's like you're born with to learn how to paint or something. I think you all come from the same painting family. Italians in Boston. All right. So basically, honestly, we can't sit here all night. We're gonna have to, you need to go to benmallah.com/shop and get a consultant. We need to sit down and talk, have a serious conversation about, all right, this is what I got, and these are my options on what I can do, and what do you think is best for me to do? So, you need to get a hold of me. We have a private conversation, and we need to sit down, and I'll tell you what I would do if I was in your shoes, sitting in your position. All right. I mean, right off the bat, I'm going to tell you, you got to find a deal and get the fucking money out of those houses to make the deal. That's what you got to do. And now's the best time to start planning it, because I think the shit's going to hit the fan, and you're going to be a lot of opportunities, especially in Lubbock, Texas. So get a hold of me on the side. Let's have a private call, and get serious about what your options are and what I would do if I was in your shoes. And I've been in your shoes. Well, not really. I always believed in debt. But we'll talk. Get a hold of me, all right?
Man, I just want to say thank you. Just want to say thank you for all the real estate advice and the videos you give. My 15-year-old son loves you. He runs around.
Mine too, I think.
Yeah. Thanks, Ben. Appreciate it.
You're only about an hour and a half plane ride away, and the flights are cheap right now. How come you and your son aren't coming to the show on October 15th to hang out with me and my 15-year-old? You and your 15-year-old can hang out with me and my 15-year-old.
You know what?
Kids worth 30.
I'll be honest with you.
You're 48. That puts us at 78, 80. I put us up to 140 years of hanging out together. Come to the show in Tampa, man. Get out of Lubbock for a minute. You got the fucking money. You're cheap. You want to have entertainment. You want us to help you, but you can't get on a plane on Southwest for $150.
You just gave me the push.
The airport. What?
You just gave me the push. Me and my son will be there in October.
I got a free shuttle from the airport. Book a room. You guys can share a room. Do you know if you and your son get a room with 2 beds in it, right?
Yeah.
The room, if you look at the price of the tickets and the price with the room's costing you $50.
Yeah.
That's all it's going to cost when you get the tickets. You and your son,
you're right.
Me and my son, and we'll have some fun. Come on down. I'd love to meet you. And then you can even talk to Rafal. You can book a private meeting. Listen, you're sitting on millions of dollars and you ain't putting them to use. So the one thing I can do is I can put a fork in your ass. Get out there and get some money. All right. That's the one thing you'll get. And that's all you need. You're a smart guy and you already know what the hell to do. So I'm looking for you on October 15th in my hotel. All right,
brother. I'll be there.
Right.
Thank you, Ben.
Thanks a lot. That's 2-room suite. You got the living room. You got the bedroom. The living room has a pull-out couch. I mean, the kid don't want to stay with you in the same room. Like my kids hate sleeping with me. They'll never share a room with me. They'll share nothing with me. And they'll rather sleep outside than share a room with me. It's ridiculous. Anyway, the point is, come on down to the show. We're going to have a party, baby. A real estate party. Tampa
and Clearwater are one of the 2 most growing cities in Florida.
I got a free shuttle buses that go right to the airport, right to the hotel. And you stayed in my hotel. You stayed in a hotel. How many people out there can say they're going to come stay in a hotel and they know the fucking owner? How many people? You come there, you're coming to see the owner of the hotel. Okay, come on. How many people can do that? You can do it. Book your room. I want to pack that motherfucker up. You know why? Because I got empty rooms and a mortgage to pay. There's no shame in my game. What do you got?
There you go. All right. Shout out The Vibe. Thank you for $4.99. Ben, what's the cheapest room we can get when me, my brother, and sister visit you? Also, I'm getting sued by State Farm. What kind of lawyer do I need? Thank you.
Jake from State Farm. He's my pilot. Listen, I'm sure if all 3 of you want to come to the show, go on, get the tickets, talk to the hotel, and you can do 3 in a room. Okay, you just got to do the room package for 2, and then maybe buy an extra ticket. The room still only ends up costing you like $50, all right, because you're buying 2 tickets. So there you go. Talk to Happy, but they can arrange it. And then you're getting sued by who?
State Farm.
Why? I don't know. You got to tell me why. Why would an insurance company sue you? What the hell did you do to make an insurance company want to sue you? Normally, insurance companies get sued. They don't sue people. They just settle with people. So let me know when you come see us on October 15th. What?
Pretty weird. I don't know what that could be. Could it be like fraud?
Car accident? I don't know. But you and your brother and your sister and your cousin, come on down, baby. We can put up to 4 people in those goddamn rooms. 2 in the living room, or depends. I don't know. It depends how small you are. You know, little people, we can put about 100 of them.
All right.
I love smart people.
Shout out Z Trades. Thank you for the $10. Ben just canceled a contract on a 2-to-1 condo in South Tampa that may have not cash flowed. $315 HOA fee at $209K. Would this have been a good investment?
You know, you should have called me before you canceled it. We could have talked about it. But it all depends on what the rent is. How much is your debt going to be? You got, real estate is the simplest goddamn thing in the world. It will get a little complicated, but you can always figure out the basics of real estate is money in, money out, just like any other business in the world. So how much was the rent? How much was your payment going to be? How much is your taxes going to be? You got $315 on the HOA. I mean, I don't know. You got to tell me the details. So get a hold of me at benmallah.com and consult with Ben. And a quick call like that, we go through the numbers. You can talk about going back to them, maybe getting it for a cheaper price because it doesn't cash flow that good. We can make some moves, baby. Get me on the phone. Let's make some moves. You're right here. I know, you're right near me too. So I really, have knowledge of what you're doing over there. 209 sounds cheap for a condo in Tampa. Depends where it's at. All right. What's up?
Hey, Ben. How's it going?
Pretty good. How are you?
Good.
Look at that. We got our life for sale pens, baby, and we're ready to make some money.
Yes, sir. I just went to the event this weekend.
And yellow don't mean coward or scared. It means caution. That's why it's yellow. What's up, man? What are you up to?
I just at first I just wanted to say everyone that's watching that I just went to the event. It was pretty cool. I just saw Ben.
I remember. Oh wait, let me see. Wait, turn this way. Are you the guy with the gangbanger tattoo? No.
No.
Let me tell you something. A guy comes up to me, and I already know he was banging. All right, I seen the tats on him. Right, and he kind of looked like you, but a little tougher without the glasses. All right, and he came up and he got dead in my face. All right, he got my face, and he goes to me, and says, "You saved my life." How the hell do you deal with some shit like that? Now he owns 2 duplexes or triplexes, and he's got to turn his life around, and he was really cool. But I watched him the whole goddamn time there. And I'm just it's funny how we get so many different people, so many different situations. So I remember you. Let's see. You were the guy flirting with my wife. Yeah, I remember. What's up, senor?
Yeah, I just had 3 questions, just 2 short ones, and then one
Why
about
don't you ask me when you saw me?
Well, yeah, it's just that
I was busy.
But
we had question and answer. We had question and answer after the seminar.
Yeah, and y'all helped me out with it, and I just kind of have a follow-up of that as well. One of them is like, do you believe, from what I've seen, do you believe that the ultra wealthy people just have they're not really as smart as people seem? They just have the most common sense.
Ultra wealthy, never did a day's job in their life and they just were born into it. Ultra wealthy, but people that have a lot of money did something smart. If they weren't born into it and handed life on a silver spoon, somewhere down the road, if they accomplished more in life, then they did something that was smart. They married the right guy or girl. They got a business. Everybody's different. All humans are different. But typically you could show, that you're smart because of what you got in the bank. To me, if I met people, I don't really care for their personality, but they happen to be a billionaire. But and I say this guy's not that smart, but hey, he sure to hell played some card in his life that made sense. And that's smart, and who cares about being smart anyway? If you're lucky, I'd rather be lucky than smart's the old saying. But what else? And me and you ain't super wealthy, so fuck them.
I was gonna say, and you said before that you could have handled more deals, that you could have bought more, and you had the resources, you have everything. But what percentage do you think you could have done more? You could have done 50%, 20% more.
Yeah, double. Well, I know at a minimum I could have doubled easily everything I have. I could have doubled it in life if I had a little more. If I wanted to, and if I was smart enough, and then pushed myself when I should have, and didn't get too comfortable.
Past your limit.
I could have doubled it. Yeah. I could have doubled it easily, maybe more. What flag is that behind you? Mexico?
Yeah, Mexican.
Very good. Oh, yeah. Tomorrow. I think it's tomorrow. Tomorrow's a Mexican holiday.
Really? I gotta look into that because, to be honest, I feel like
I never been a Mexican and knew any Mexican holidays. I don't know. Tomorrow's like an Independence Day. I saw it in my book when I was making appointments with people. I read it in there. I think it's tomorrow. It's an Independence Day or something.
Mexican Independence Day.
It was the day
the revolution from
that I thought it was the
Dia
day
de
that
la
they. I thought it was the
Independencia.
day that they discovered tequila, but
It's known as the cry of independence.
the cry of independence.
The cry. of
All right.
independence.
All right. So what else you got? And thanks for
What?
coming to the show. I can't thank you enough. Did you stay in my
Stayed at
hotel?
the hotel and
You're the guy
everything.
that didn't stay in
The
there,
food
aren't
was
you?
pretty good. I like the food. It was pretty
Did
good.
did you stay in a hotel?
Yeah, for 3 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then I left.
Holy shit! This guy stayed there 3 days. What else, Rafal?
Private meeting.
Private. Oh yeah, we had a private meeting.
Yeah,
All
one-on-one.
right. So honestly, okay, because I don't like taking advantage of people. Where'd you come from?
North Carolina.
Do you feel it was worth the trip? You flew here, right?
Yeah.
Well, you swam. My wife swam here. Anyway, was it worth the trip and all the bullshit, catching an airplane, coming to Fort Lauderdale, getting in a hotel, staying there for 3 days? Was it worth all the money and time you spent?
For me, yeah, but the main reason is not really because like going to the event and just meeting you, is the people around you and the energy and like making connections. Because I'm a really shy guy, so I don't really talk to people much. But like while I was there, I just met people like that were like what was it, software engineers or plumbers, electricians, planners.
There was some big dealers there too. You wouldn't know it, but there were some multimillionaires there. All right, the guys that spent their whole life making money.
Mm-hmm.
I really appreciate you coming. You stayed the whole damn weekend. I can't thank you enough. Are you coming on October 15th?
Oh no, I got to deal with. I got to tell me.
I'm not getting greedy. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You can't help me. I can't help myself. But no, man, I really do appreciate you coming there. You're around great people like yourself that just want to get ahead in life, and that's the kind of people you want to hang out with, It's more of a motivational thing, just being that whole motivational mood of everybody wanting to make money and borrow money and all that,
I wanted to talk to Owen, but I thought he was flirting with his girl. I didn't know that was his actual girlfriend. I didn't want to interrupt.
You were flirting with Owen's girl? Don't do that. All
no,
right.
he was flirting with someone, and I didn't know that it was his girl.
All right. If you don't touch her, you can flirt with my wife. Okay. No, I'm just kidding. All right. Very good. I really appreciate you coming and calling in, and thank you very much. And what are you doing?
Well,
we had a meeting. Did you get anything out of the meeting?
Yeah.
You have a plan that you're trying to put into action?
I have to drive. It's an hour and a half away. I have tomorrow off, so I can go do that.
All right. Whatever you got to do, whatever we talked about, then please do it. All right. You're a young guy. You're a smart guy. You can do it. Trust me. There's no reason why you can't be a multi-millionaire if you really want to be. All right.
I appreciate it for the confidence.
All right, man. Thank you. Thank you for calling. Thanks for coming. Thanks for everything. I mean, that is what I mean. He's a young guy. He wants to just get ahead in life. And I spent time with him, and hopefully he's got a plan, and he's going to execute that plan, and he's going to make some money and get where he wants to go in life, And you don't have to go to, it's the beauty about real estate is you don't have to have these huge goals, okay? You have small goals and you accomplish them. And if you want to keep going, you keep going. If you don't, you don't. But you need to find some comfort level of stability in your life to own some real estate and let it make some money for you.
Yep. Shout out Mason Buck. Thank you for the $50.
Thank you, Mason Buck.
Ben, thank you for the great weekend. I learned so much and got to network with so many like-minded people. I look forward to the next event.
I'm telling you, if you missed this event, I don't know what to tell you, because it's a great time and great people, and just to be around other people and people talking to each other, meeting each other, and that's it. It's a great time, and I hope to see you there on October 15th.
We got another comment, super chat about the event. Shout out Mario. Thank you also for the $50. Ben, I had a great time in Fort Lauderdale meeting you and your family. I also enjoyed our one-on-one and appreciate all the great advice you and Vincent shared with me. I'm going to do my best and try to make it to Tampa next month.
Hey, it'd be great to see you, Mario. Oh, man, that was the big guy. He was the big guy of the event, okay? You don't mess with this guy. He was big, but he was like a train, okay? He was like solid, and he could have crushed me like a bug, baby, but he's the nicest guy. Is that the guy who was originally from New Orleans, who lived in Texas, from Louisiana, moved to Texas?
Texas.
And, yeah, he knew what the hell he was doing, too. He's a smart guy, And I'm really happy I got to meet all these people,
Yep.
you know, because it's so great when you can meet nice people and great people, you know, just really, you know, it's a great thing for me to enjoy doing. And if people want to come all the way down here to see me and hang out and talk about making money, then I'm going to do it. Okay. So what else we got?
Let's see. Shout out Drew B. Thank you for the $20. Ben, can I use my VA home loan to flip and make money in the long run? I'm a fellow Army veteran from the infantry. Just bought a new Audi and looking for more money. I'm in it to win it, baby.
Audi? I'm Audi here. All right. So listen, you know, your VA loan, okay, if you flip the house and sell it, you're going to pay off the VA loan. Okay. So you're off the hook. You pay them back, and then you could probably go back again and do it. All right. But I don't know. You know, if you already got a place to live, the VA loan goes up to 4 units too. You know, you could buy 4 units and live in one and rent out the others for a little while. I think you got to live there, I don't know, a year. But the main thing is, you know, you can use your VA loan and then sell a house. They don't care. There's no law against that. You bought a house with a VA loan. I did. I bought my first VA house. I bought a house with a VA loan, and I sold it, and I made the money, and that was it. I paid the VA back, and they were happy. And I think they'll loan it to you again, and as many times as you want. You know, so yeah, go. You know, but you know, I think the VA home is. I'm not sure. I have to look it up. They used to be owner occupied. I don't know if they changed the rules. I think they changed the rules for people who had like a medical thing. Are we still on air or what? Your screens are all fucked up today. What? Wow, Brenda's. What the hell's Brenda? She's in Fort Lauderdale.
Don't worry about it.
All right. Anyway, you need to go talk to a lender, but if you pay them off, you can use the loan again. All right. And talk to a guy who specializes in VA loans and see if he'll loan you money on a fourplex. I don't know if you still have to live there or not. You may be. I'm not sure. All right. I think we're totally dead.
All right.
This screen's going out. That screen's going out. Pollock don't know what the fuck he's doing.
We're still on air, so don't worry about it. All right.
I'm not worried about it. I'm just saying.
Shout out Billy Joel Osteen.
Billy
Joel?
Billy Joel or Joel Osteen? Which one are you? He's Billy Joel Osteen. That means he's a preacher and a singer. Most fourplexes on the market. I'll let you read. I'm tired.
Most fourplexes on the market are full of mostly full. Really? Are full or mostly full with tenants. Once bought, how do you get them out to renovate the unit?
Get them out. Get out of here. Bullshit. They got leases. If they got leases, you got to wait the lease out. And then, you know, and then you can terminate the lease. Say, listen, I'm sorry, but I want to renovate the unit. And then got to find another place to live, and I got to renovate the unit. That's life. You know, if they're on month to month, you got to give them proper notice. You know, typically it's 30 days notice if they're month to month. If they're on a lease, right before the end of their lease comes, you give them a notice of non-renewal. And you say, I'm sorry, I got to fix the place up, Billy Joel Osteen. You know, and that's what you got to do. You got to play by the rules. You know, or you could do like a Ben Mallah trick, baby. Show them some cashola if it means that much to you. Let me tell you something. I had to get rid of somebody. You know, I tried to do it's easy to work with people and against them. All right. And my sons do the same damn thing. I'll pull a goddamn U-Haul truck up to the apartment if I had to, if I really, really needed a place that bad and wanted to get busy working on it. And I'd offer them some money and I'd help them, whatever. It depends on the situation. I mean, you know, you can solve all your problems in life with money. Let's face it. Anybody, I'll pack up and move today if somebody showed me the fucking number on this house. So, you know, that's the whole thing. Money will solve your problems, or you have to do it and just file the necessary notices to them to tell them, listen, not renewing, I'm fixing the place up, I'm sorry. Or you can work with them and tell them, listen, you know, we can fix the place up while you're in it. And then, you know, I'm going to have to raise your rent because I'm putting money in the place. So exercise whatever options you have and pick the best option. All right.
Jane Yang, thank you for the $5. Ben, for your interest-only loans, is that lent against your stock portfolio? If so, they will cap how much you can borrow against it. Is that correct?
No, that is not correct. Zheng Yang, you have mistaken. All right. So basically, you know, interest-only loans just mean I'm not paying my principal. All right. The banks do it for me because I'm a no-risk borrower. All right. And they will do it for people when you're fixing up properties a lot because they know you need the cash flow to fix up the property. Then when it's stabilized a year later or 2 years or whatever you can get out of them, then your principal is going to kick in. But by then, you already fixed the property up, so you refinance it and you tell them, no. You want keep loan? You give me more interest only. You refinance or do a modification. Modification is a bank word they like to use. All it means is you change the terms of the loan. All right. Some banks are easy to do. Some banks are more pain in the ass. And if you're a pain in the ass, now go borrow money from somebody else. So anyway, the point is the stock thing is just strictly, basically, you got a line of credit or you have a margin against your stock. That's the difference. All right. And you basically, typical regular stocks, you get 50 cents in a dollar. I get 90% on tax-free muni bonds because they're a lot safer, but because of the market, they might have lowered it a little, 85. I don't know. But the point is, interest-only loans. And then when you're borrowing in stocks, of course, it's interest-only. You're just paying the interest on your own freaking stocks. But on real estate, you're not paying the principal. There you go. It's for real estate interest only, to my knowledge.
Yep. All right. Shout out Caleb Maynard. Thank you for the $10. Ben, I'm approved for $300K. If I find a duplex for more than what I'm approved for, would I be able to get a higher loan due to the property producing rental income?
Listen, in a normal world, yes. Okay. The income from the property counts towards you qualifying to buy it. If I go out and buy a 100-unit apartment building or a 50-unit apartment building, a 20-unit apartment building, in commercial, it's always the property, never you. I mean, yeah, you got to have good credit, but when you borrow money in the commercial world, 5 or more units, it's all about the property. The property qualifies. So yes, it's the same for residential. Income is income. If you find a duplex and one of the units is occupied, the person's paying $1,000 a month, and yes, the broker's supposed to, the bank's supposed to say, okay, he's got $1,000 a month coming in there. There you go. Slam dunk. And if they tell you no, then I think you're talking to the wrong bank or broker.
Yeah, plenty of banks out there. Shout out Chase Williams. Thank you for the $10. Ben, I am 24 years old, pre-approved for $500K on a VA loan. I currently go to school while working full-time. What is your advice in managing career, school, while also trying to find the best deal?
Listen, you're 24, you're going to school, you're working full-time. I mean, you got a full plate. That's a fact. Holy shit. I'm fucking putting cigarettes out on my own ashtray. It's not supposed to be used as an ashtray. It's supposed to be, oh my God. I hope I didn't fuck up the sticker. I have the housekeepers. Hey, look what I did. I fucked up my ashtray, Carla. Empty it, please, and have the housekeepers clean it and make it look like new. Number one, number two, number three. Take your pick, lady. All right.
Let's see.
What was his question again? We already took care of his question or what?
I think so, yeah.
I think we answered it, right?
Yeah, we answered.
All right.
Sure.
What was the question? I forgot.
I took it off. What do you want me to do? All right. Shout out Daniel Gray. Thank you for the $4.99. Hey, Ben, just got here. What kind of properties are you going to look for with the 91
Oh, wait, it was
million?
a kid going to school. We didn't friggin' talk to him enough.
Okay, I'll get it back.
All right, go back. I remember. Just put that one on hold.
Answer this one, and then I'll get back to the other one.
I'll forget then. Hey, Ben, go ahead. Read it again.
Hey, Ben, just got here. What kind of properties are you going to look for with the 91 million? Easy question.
Everything, man. Everything, every deal that's out there, man, I'm going to look at. I don't give a goddamn what it is. I'm looking at everything. But seriously, I'm mostly like the new word in real estate since COVID is essential real estate. Okay, I call it necessity. Tea. Like my hot tea my wife didn't bring me. All right, so, that's what I'm looking for. Necessity retail. I'll look at a hotel, but it better be a goddamn decent deal. And hotels are not real estate. Hotels are business, which I'm sick of. Too many moving parts. I just want to collect the goddamn rent. I don't do shit in the hotel business because I'm not smart enough. I'm not going to work that hard. I leave that shit up to Happy, Brenda, and about 300 or 400 other employees. Okay. I can't handle that shit. Little Ben ran like his, a Dickens, if they call it Dickens. He ran like a Dickens, whatever the hell that means. When he finished that hotel and had to come time to operate it, he gave the goddamn room key to the wrong people. Guy walks in, and another guy, a big muscle guy, was fooling around with his girlfriend. He caused a big fight. Oh my God. He got the hell out of there quick. All right, going back to this guy. He's 24 years old. He's pre-approved for $500,000 on a VA loan. He's going to school, and he's working full-time. You got a lot of shit on your plate, but let me tell you, you squeeze some time out to get a good agent to find you something. And if you're only 24 years old, I hope to hell you're not buying a house just to live in, because that's going to suck up a lot of goddamn, what do you say, want to find the best what? You need a fourplex, okay, or a triplex. Okay, you need to buy something with income. You can get that big, nice house later down the road when you settle down and you made money. But, get a good agent, look at the whole market, tell the agent, show me every fourplex in a 20-mile radius or wherever you think, and pick out the shit that you think you can live in and has an income to it. Okay, that's what I would do if I was 24, and keep working that damn career. And if you're going to go to school, that's your time. Your time is money. All right. So whatever you're going to school for, that's supposed to protect you for the rest of your life. And then you can do real estate on the side. But if you want to put that damn approval to work right now at no money down, he can get $500,000 because the government backs the soldiers with no money down. You need to do it. And you need to do it with something that's going to bring you some more income in. Then you won't have to work full time, maybe.
There you go.
And if you're paying rent right now, you're going to save rent. And if you're saving money, you're
making money.
Very good.
All right. Shout out
Give a star.
Shout out Daniel. Oh, wait, no, we already did that. Shout out Hector Cruz. Thank you for the $9.99. Can you please tell me your opinion on asset protection? Do you recommend putting my house into a land grant? I like how you were really down to earth and your family.
All right. Asset protection is exactly what it means. You're protecting your ass. All right. But basically, people that worry about asset protection normally, if you think you can get sued, are you doing something in life where somebody can sue you, which you can be totally legitimate doing something, you have a high exposure to being sued or somebody coming after you, or if you think you're not going to be able to make your payments and people you signed over everything. I don't know. The point is protect your ass. The way I protect my ass, if it's your house you live in, typically, your house has different rules where you have more protection if it's your residence. Okay. So, the only person that can really get you out of your house, to my knowledge, is the bank if you owe them money, and nobody else can push you out of your house or take your house from you. In Florida, all the guys and the ball players and all the people with big money, they come to Florida and buy a house because your personal residence is protected, I think, unlimited value. So they buy a big fancy house. So God forbid the shit hits the fan. They got this real estate sitting in Florida that nobody can touch. Okay, or your wife can always touch it, your ass. You touch her ass, she's going to touch your ass if she wants to get rid of you. That's the way it works. It's asset protection. But, typically your house is okay, but anything else you should have in a single member LLC, and then you have like a bubble it's in or a veil, whatever you want to call it, a curtain of protection. Okay, that's what I do. I don't go crazy with asset protection. You can do all kinds of other shit, but all I do is simple LLCs for every property I got. And my house you're fine with your house in your name as long as you have good insurance. If you have good insurance and liability insurance in your life, that protects you too. So there you go.
All right. Shout out. Thank you again, Mario, for the $20. Ben, if I can make it out to Tampa, can I get your fat suits?
Is this somebody I promised him to? If I promised him to,
it was it's the big guy from the show.
That's the big guy from the show. I offer my suits to this other guy at that Fat and Fresh thing we did in Miami. Hell yeah. If you're serious now, but your ass is so big, I think my shit might even fit you. It might be wide enough, but it ain't gonna be long enough. He was about 7 feet tall. What are you talking about, Carla?
All right.
Anyway, yes, get a hold of Rafal ahead of time if you're real serious, okay? Don't make me drag a bunch of fucking big ass suits down there and your ass ain't gonna come or you ain't gonna, want them.
Move along.
And then, plus those suits they don't really match Texas.
Okay, move along. Okay, we got it. Move along.
She's obnoxious, isn't she?
Oh, what's going on?
Boy, she's lucky she's good looking.
Thank you.
Kill her.
Oh my God.
Thank God she can cook and she's good looking. Okay, she's got two things going for her. Keeps her around here.
What you just said?
Thank you.
You know what? Keep it up and I'll cut those cigarettes in half.
Yeah, I'll cut
How about you
in
like
half.
that?
Yeah, and how about if I hide the fucking tequila? How would you like that?
It's okay. I'm not
Shit.
drinking. So
I'll drain the bottles and put water in them just to piss you off. And one time, you know what happened? We're on a boat and we had this lady working on the boat. She was supposed to help take care of shit. And, this lady was a straight alcoholic. She filled the fucking water bottles up with vodka. And then she accidentally didn't realize she left one of them on the table. Me and Carla are coming back from the casino or some shit in Bimini or whatever. She's dying of thirst. It's hot as hell, or Nassau, wherever the hell we were. And she was dying. She was just on a whole walk to the boat. I got to get something to drink. Okay, probably, I don't know, the tequila made her thirsty or some shit. Anyway, as soon as she gets on the boat, she takes that bottle and guzzles it down. It was fucking vodka. Oh, my God. She almost fucking wanted to kill me, her, everybody. All right. Be careful with water bottles.
Right.
They could have vodka in them.
Thank you again, the Vibe, for the $4.99. Ben, how can I get a home in California with no money down? Thanks, Ben.
Join the Army. All right, you get a VA loan. Join the Navy. Join the Air Force. Join the Coast Guard. Get a VA, do for 4 years, and then you get no money down. Listen, California, okay, the land of the bleeding hearts, okay, which is fine to be a bleeding heart, but you got to be smart too, you know. So anyway, the point is, in California, I believe everywhere I saw where I in California lived, they always had a first-time homebuyers program. And the first-time homebuyers program, depends on the county you live in, will offer you a grant sometimes if you qualify. There's money out there. You know, there's a grant if you go through the first-time buyer program. They'll grant you the money, or they'll loan you the money and maybe forgive it later. You may not have to make no payments on it unless you sell a house. You don't have to pay it back. Look into a no money down home loans through the county, you know, or the city, or the state, or the feds. Go to every one of the websites and see what it says about, you know, no money down, first-time homebuyer program. Otherwise, you need to get FHA, which is 3.5% down. You know, so if you want to buy in California, things are expensive. You got to spend $300,000-$500,000 for a shit place, a small place. I didn't mean to say shit. You know, you're going to need 10 to 15 grand, or buy something with income. That'll help you qualify. And you still need the money down if it's FHA. Banks will loan at 5% down if it's a place you're going to live in. That's the story. Go online. Find out. We got all this information at your fingertips.
All right. Shout out Philip Sanders. Thank you for the $1.99. What's the quickest way to find new renters?
New renters. You go to Ace Hardware. You buy a sign that says for rent. You write your phone number on it, and you put it in a goddamn window. That's what I used to do. Come on, find new renters for what? Apartments? Come on, there's a million ways to do it. You got forrent.com, you got Craigslist, you put a sign up, you tell your other tenants. I used to offer my other tenants a referral fee, offer their rent if they referred somebody to my building, because I got somebody just like them that they wanted to have as a neighbor, and it always worked out. So, you know, whatever you got to do, it's called marketing. Find a tenant wherever the market is. Go find them. Use the source that's going to help you, whether it's newspapers or online or whatever, websites, you know, and whatever everybody else is doing that has an empty place. Do what the hell your neighbor does, whatever they're at. Go look them up. If they got something for rent, find out where they're at. Get your manager. If you have a manager, get them off their ass and rent the goddamn apartment. I hate empty apartments. Empty apartments and empty anything. Empty anything means empty. We're not making shit. I hate empty space. Every goddamn space has to be full and making money. And outside too. Shit.
Shout out Bob Harmon. Thank you for the $10. Would you take a % off the rent for an old couple who you know are good long-term tenants on a small house? If so, how much would you take off?
I mean, the problem is the costs are going up. Insurance goes up. Your taxes go up. Everything goes up. And, you know, you got to do what you got to do. But the point is this: will they leave if you raise the rent? Okay. If you think they're going to leave, then you better add up the cost of turning over the house to make it ready for a new tenant, how long it's going to stay empty while you're waiting for a new tenant. Okay. And thinking your losses there. A lot of times I wouldn't raise somebody's rent. I didn't reduce it, you know, unless it was like a real serious urgent matter or something where it was an individual situation, you know, but I mean, you know, if the people can afford the rent, they pay it. And you tell them, well, I'm not going to raise your rent, but my costs are going up. You can do that. But you better figure out what your costs are if they leave. If you really you feel that sorry for them, I mean, talk to them. Why are you even in this situation? Did the tenant ask you to fucking lower the rent? I mean, if they did, why? You know, you know, when tenants can't pay my rent, I'll tell the manager, you better drive them every agency around here to help them. I don't care who it is. We'll take money from anybody. There's plenty of programs out there. During COVID, it was nuts. half our rent in one building, I think it was paid by the goddamn county or some shit. I'll take it. It's better for the tenant. Save the tenant money. Anyway, maybe you want to get me on a consult. Let's talk about what's going on with this old couple, and maybe they're hustling you. I don't know. I'm sorry, we got matters in the paper. That's not right. I'm not gonna do that.
Shout out Zach Nash. Thank you for the $30.
I've helped plenty of people, believe me.
Looking to buy a duplex, tenant occupied at $1,400 per month. Total, and the purchase price is $96K. With a 10 grand rehab, it would be worth $140 to $150K. What would be the best way to finance this? Bank and do 20% down, private money.
You know, it depends on you. What are your options? Typically, you put 20% down and you buy it. Okay. If you're not living in it, it's tenant occupied. It's a duplex. Is there one tenant or is it two tenants? Is the rent $1,400 a month or is it two tenants for $700 a month apiece? That's why I need to talk to you. We need to know details before I give you an intelligent answer. But I'm going to tell you right now, if you're sitting around, you can put 10 grand into it, buy for 96, you put 10 grand into it, 106, you're looking at making yourself anywhere from 30 to 40 grand. If that's your plan, then you have to execute it. What was his question? What would the best way to finance it? Any way you can. Go to the bank. If you qualify for the FHA, but you have to tell me to live there while you're rehabbing it and all that, and then hopefully you got one empty and all that shit. 20% down is typically the right way and clean, easy way of buying a deal. All right, but it's residential, so there might be other options available. But go to your bank and ask them for the money. Yep. And then because you're going to fix it up, there's this another loan called, I think, a Section 203. Or am I mixing that up with something else? There is a fix-up FHA loan too, I think, or not FHA, but you can find that type of loan, where they'll give you some money to fix it up, but you're not paying that much to fix it up, so it's not really that type of deal. You said you only need about 10 grand to fix it up, right? Did you say that?
Yeah, 10 grand.
All right. Anyway, go find the money. 20% down should easily get it. If you ain't got 20% down, find somebody to get it cheaper. Okay, you may have to go find a broker that does hard money. A little hard money is the down payment and a regular loan for the bulk of it. All right, but 96 grand, you shouldn't have much trouble.
All right. Shout out Cap Max Realty for the $10, and that's it for super chats. Oh, sorry, one more. Shout out Shervine for the $2. Ben, would you buy property in Toronto?
Toronto. I can't buy property out of country. Number one, because of the 1031 doesn't allow for it. I've been to Toronto. We had a great time there. Nice place, but expensive as hell. Okay. And I'm sorry. I don't get it. It's crazy expensive in these other countries. And then, it was kind of weird in Switzerland. They loan them money for like nothing, but the price of real estate is so crazy, it still doesn't make any sense. So I don't know. Toronto, you're going to have some kind of connections, and I don't know. I couldn't do Toronto, but if I was living in Toronto when I was you, I'd definitely try to cross the border and go over to Niagara on the U.S. side. There's plenty of dumps in Niagara to fix up. Go to Buffalo, wherever's close to the United States. You'll find some opportunity there. That's what I would do.
All right. Let's see. Thank you, Jing Jang.
Go near the airports,
Thank you again
too.
for the $5.
My wife took us when we went to Niagara Falls in Canada. I fell asleep. We had to catch an early flight. She drives us to the airport. She takes us to the wrong airport. Be careful when you go to Niagara Falls. There's like two airports. She went to the wrong one. Thank God. And we turned the rental car in like idiots.
Wait a minute. Who put the address in?
You must have. I was asleep. It was like 7 a.m. Don't even talk to me at 7 a.m.
Oh, please.
You only know she's driving. Yeah, I can do it.
Hey,
and then we turned the fucking rental-car in, not realizing we're at the wrong airport because all airports look the same. We turned the rental-car and we're stuck with all our bags at the wrong fucking airport, and we better hurry up. It's an hour's drive to the other airport, and we got like an hour and 45 minutes to do it. Luckily, luckily we got there in time, and then she had the goddamn GPS taken to the wrong airport. All right, you falling asleep, Aaron, or what? Nothing? You done?
Yeah, pretty much. We'll do one more. Shout out Jing Yang again. Thank you for the $5. How much cash do you need in the bank to get interest only? What banks do you get interest only from?
Any bank can give you interest only if they want to. Okay, you got to fit into their criteria. Every bank's got their own rules. Every bank's got their own way that they run the bank. If it's a fixer-upper, typically you get interest only for the time it takes you to fix up the property and stabilize it. You have to ask. And the better you look on paper and the bigger the number you are, and less risk you are, the more you can ask the bank for, because you're less risk. You're like, just making money for you with no damn risk. What else can they ask for? But, ask and you might receive. That's the way it works. Another thing, when we go to these shows, everybody, I can tell you, I get in people's heads. I try to. You're just a number. All right. You got to build yourself up in life to make the bank feel like they don't have any risk when they loan you money. Borrowing money is all about risk tolerance. The less risk they got, the better terms you're going to get, the lower rate you're going to get. So that's what you have to think. You're just a number.
All right, perfect. Let's see. Shout out Hunter Jared. Thank you for the $5. Ben, what's your impressions of me? Oh, it's the guy with the Mexican flag in the background.
Listen, I'm not here to psychoanalyze you. What's your impressions of me? It's Andy, he said.
It's the guy with the flag in the background.
I don't know. Ask my wife. When you talk to her more than you talk to me, all you Mexicans stick together.
All right, shout out Mason Thomas. Thank you for the $5.
Hey, but I hope you come to the show again.
Hey, Ben, can you explain in detail how refinancing on interest-only loans works? We just did that.
I'm so
play back the video.
Interest only.
You need to play back the video because we just talked about that.
Listen, what did he say? When you pay, I don't care. All right. When you pay yourself back, where is that money coming from? Listen, explain. Interest only, I already explained, okay? It's all about the relationship you got with the bank. All right, that's number one. Quiet in the background. All right, you pay
we were just talking about
back.
going to the show to Tampa. Don't forget, October 15.
You're going on a cruise. You won't
no,
be there.
You
cancel a cruise to come to the
did.
show?
I canceled my
Things
cruise
she'll give up to make my life
go
miserable.
with you. What?
Nothing. All right, seriously, when you pay yourself back, you're refinancing. That's how you pay yourself back. You buy something, you fix it up, and then once it's stabilized and worth more money, you refinance it and you pay yourself back. I hope that answers your questions. What else?
All right. Shout out Joseph. Thank you for the $5. Great to see everyone in Fort Lauderdale. I know it's situational, but what are some of the best ways to increase the value of a property with value add?
Great to see everyone in Fort. Oh, you came to Fort Lauderdale. Great. I mean, come on, value add, anything you can do. Whatever you can do, the best ways is fix it up, raise the rents. Whatever you got to do to have more money coming in and less or less money going out also increases your value. We come in and we trim the fat on all expenses everywhere we can without trimming quality. Raise your rents, fix them up. Whatever it takes, you got to figure out how you can squeeze some juice out of that goddamn piece of fruit. Okay, and that's what you got to do.
All right. Shout out Manuel. Thank you for the $5. Would you buy real estate in Dallas, Texas?
I'd buy real estate anywhere where I'm at. I personally couldn't and wouldn't because it's too far away. And, I got to put people on planes and all that shit. But if you live in Dallas or you want to go to Dallas, then go there. You could definitely make money in Dallas. You can make money anywhere, especially a place like Dallas. We made a shitload of money in Houston. It kicked our ass, but we did it. Almost got our ass handed to us, but, that's good and bad and everything.
All right. Thank you, Cap.
Go to Garland. Garland is right near Dallas. It's a nice town with a lot of apartments. You're going to start seeing some value in Garland, Texas, I think.
Thank you, Cap Max Realty. Thank you again for another super chat. Hi, following your journey for 3 years, managing for my boss, 200 units, picked up 3 properties in the past year. Would love to come October 15th, discuss some things, but I'm an observing Jew and it's a Shabbat.
I'm sorry, but I did a special Sunday show in Fort Lauderdale just for the Jews, and I had about a half a dozen showed up, which was fine, but I thought I'd have more. So I don't know. I can't do a Sunday show. It kicked my ass doing 2 shows, but I don't know. When's the sun go down? The sun goes down at, I don't know what time. The show don't start till what? 6, 7, what? 6? 6. Well, I don't know. You have to wait for the next show in the wintertime when the sun goes down earlier. But, Saturday's the day everybody travels because, I don't want to get into it. Everybody has their own religion. But if your religion controls that, then I'm sorry. Then you need to do a consult with Ben. Get on the phone with me. And if you want to talk about some serious real estate deals. But I don't think I'm doing a Sunday show. It kicked my ass. And I can't give people what they're entitled to if I'm really tired. So we'll see, Senor or Maisha Kapaya.
Shout out Vermont Internet Design. Thank you for the $10. Thanks for being an inspiration.
How about perspiration? My wife's always saying, I'll do some deodorant.
All right.
I could tell her where.
Shout out
She
Daniel
needs to
Gray.
be.
Thank you again for another super chat. Ben, I own 2 cell towers that pay total of $2,600 per month and was offered $580K to cash my leases out. Should I 1031 these or just pay long-term tax on them?
You know, that's something new. You know, it's funny, we're in the same boat. We got 2 cell towers we're waiting for about the same money per month to be put on top of the roof of the parking lot in John's Pass. I'm waiting for my son to hurry up and close the deal and get the damn thing done. Anyway, I don't know if you can 1031 cell towers. Typically, 1031, you got to exchange some kind of title. So is there land under them that you have title to, I hope? I'm sure you probably do. So I guess you could 1031. It all has to do with, you know, title and physically taking real estate in your hands. So I guess, yeah, you should be able to, but double check with your accountant. I mean, if you get $2,600 a month, it's about 30 grand a year. 30 grand a year or 580,000, which is best for you? Okay, 30 grand a year on 580,000. 10% is 580,000 is about 58,000, and that's when you should make in real estate is a 10% return if you're really in real estate. So really, you should be able to double your money, hopefully. But this market's very difficult. So, you know, you better, you know, on a safe side, the 580,000 is a lot of dough. Is it going to help you make more money? Is it going to enable you to buy more deals and grow? You know, or that's it. You know, then take the money and run it. But put that 600 grand in cash. You know, you could borrow up to about $2.5 million with that 580 cash if you qualify or the property qualifies. So it's definitely going to put you to another level, maybe. Otherwise, sit back and have 30 grand a year coming in, you know, and I don't know. I never heard of anybody refinancing cell towers, but maybe, I don't know. But, you know, that's a lot of dough. And then, yeah, you should 1031 so you don't have to pay the tax because I don't know what your profit is on it. Whatever your profit is, you're going to pay for long-term capital gains if you own over a year. That's going to be 20-something%. I don't know what state you live in. That's going to be a tax on you. So, yeah, you definitely want to 1031 it and avoid the tax. And then you're going to have to find another deal that's worth at least $580,000. But you could go for the big bucks. Like that's how I basically grew. I didn't just, you know, go out and replace my 1031. You know, I went out there and maybe took that 580,000 in 1031 and leveraged it for $2.5 million in real estate. That's how you grow. It's all logical. You know, that 580,000 now becomes my deposit on a big deal. So get a hold of me if you have to, but you know, definitely, you know, I'd take that money and grow if you need to grow.
Shout out the Kavar. Thank you for the $10. Thank you again, Vermont Internet Design, for all the super chats. Appreciate everything. Let's see. Fabio Foreign, thank you for the $5. If I buy a fourplex and fix it up and live in one of the units, am I able to sell it after 2 years and get $250,000 capital gains?
That is a really good question, man. That's a good question. You know, and I don't want to give you the wrong answer. So, I mean, I know for a fact if it's your personal residence and you live there, I believe and hope so. You know, it's not just a percentage of the part you lived in. You need to talk to your accountant, whoever does your taxes on that, and get the guaranteed right answer. You know, but that's a damn good question. I'll tell you, I never thought of that. You know, but I really believe you can 1031 it if you sell it. But then why 1031 it if it's tax free? You're right. So you need to get off the phone or get on the phone with the accountant tomorrow, whoever does your tax return, and ask him because his license is on the line for telling you the right answer. And I don't want to ever give somebody the wrong answer. But that's a brilliant question to ask, and I appreciate it. I'm going to find out myself.
All right. Shout out Lucas Leon. Thank you for the $5. Hypothetically speaking, which muni bonds are safe to invest in, aka actual companies or funds?
All right. Muni bonds are, the muni stands for municipal. Very good. Your municipal. It's not a company. It's not a fund. I mean, they do have bond funds where there are companies that buy a bunch of muni funds and they're buying and selling them and doing all that stuff with them, which is a good thing. I've been involved with them. I had one called Rochester. It was like $1 million worth more than I paid for it in a market crash, and it went right down with it. But, you know, but I'm still always going to be, it still hold its own. Anyway, but the muni bonds are simple. All right. All you're doing is you're buying a bond, which is a loan. Bond is just a loan. And if somebody wants to buy a water company or a municipality wants to do something and raise a bond, and you're going to buy into it, and they're going to guarantee and pay you. You know, you have all different types of muni bonds too. They're rated. You know, I typically stay away from a few states that don't know how to run them right because everything is rated. But typically, it's the safest instrument I've found for long-term investment. All right. I like to just AAA if they can, or AA, or at least triple B rated muni bonds. You can get them what they call geo bonds. Look that up. And then they can be insured and they're really safe. And the banks like to loan you money against them. And they're going to get you in this market right now, they're climbing up to 4.5% tax free. So it's not bad. 4.5% tax free could be like 6 or 7% to somebody else, or me or whatever. So it's definitely a good way to sock money away, and you can always borrow against it if you need it. But talk to a broker that sells them, and he'll explain everything about them.
All right, shout out Blake Carpenter. Thank you for the $10. Shout out Bob Harmon. Thank you for the $10 as well. Hi, Ben. What interest rate on a bank loan for a fourplex 6 cap would be too high?
I mean, you got to sit down and figure out, if you're buying it at a 6 cap, okay, you got to figure out, what the hell your mortgage is going to be, and it's going to get to a point where there's an interest rate that don't make sense. Okay. Because if you're paying the bank 6% and you got a 6 cap, which means they're paying you 6% of the price, you're not going to make any money. You might make 6% on your down payment. That's about it. All right. It's a wash with the bank. So, you want to get the lowest rate you can. But if it's a 6 cap, you better be careful. Get a hold of me. Let's go through the numbers exactly. What's your mortgage going to be at 5 or 6%? Find out what your mortgage is going to be. Your taxes, your insurance. You ain't going to have much other expenses on a fourplex. So let's go over your expenses. Let's go over your income. And you need to determine, wait a minute, if I pay the bank 7%, it's not worth me buying this thing. And who the hell wants to buy real estate and not earn any money on it? It's stupid. You're buying a place with all the responsibility and liability, and you got nothing in return unless you think it's going to appreciate, the rent's going to go up or something like that, But, you got to get a good rate, all right? All about money in, money out. You figure out at what rate do you need to get yourself at least 10% on your deposit, on your down payment return.
All right. Shout out Rich Orias. Thank you for the $5. Ben, my dad offered me the house we grew up in Phoenix as for $100K and is worth $300K. I want to be rich like you. Low credit, first time buyer. Team me up.
I mean, you got a blessing there. Your dad's really hooking you up. You better hurry up and take him up on it before you get pissed off at you. Get the damn house. If you get the $100K and give it to him, all right, no matter what it takes, unless he's willing to let you make payments. But how old are you? I didn't say how old he was. I mean, you're a first-time home buyer. Try to go see if there's a first-time home buyer program. Any bank in the world is going to loan you that money to buy that house, because right now you just need to get your dad out the way and get him his $100,000. So you're talking about 33% LTV, which anybody will jump in the world for. And then maybe down the road, once you own a house, then you could refinance it and pull some money out, like on a HELOC, and go out and invest in more real estate. But you definitely need to go get that money, that $100,000, and get that money and have that house, and that'll be your start in life. And thank your father. Go to FHA, 3.5% down if you have to. It's a slam dunk for $100,000.
Yep. Shout out Zach Nash. Thank you for the $20. Can you take the cash you get after a cash out refi and 1031 that profit into a down payment for another deal, or do you have to sell?
What? Can you take the cash you get after a cash out? All right. You get a cash out refi, you take the money, you put it in your pocket. Done. That's number one. That's what you do. 1031 is when you sell a property. Okay. Now, any funds that come from the 1031, they have to go in an account you don't touch until you use it for the next deal. So it's kind of like you're mixing apples and oranges here. Anytime you get cash out of a refi, you stick the goddamn money back, do whatever the hell you want with it. You reinvest it, you go buy a new car, do whatever the hell you want. All right, 1031, you can't touch the money, you got to use it, and it's got to, buy something equal or more than what you sold. Simple.
Yep. All right. Let's see. Shout out Blake Carpenter. Thank you for the $9.99. Hi, Ben. My wife and I are 27 years old. We have saved $40,000 in cash, no debt. Good jobs. What should I do with the cash? Should I save it, invest it, real estate? What do you think?
I don't know. It depends what you want to do. Do you have the time and the desire to buy some real estate, that's going to maybe make you some money? $40,000 cash will get you maybe, maybe a couple of $100,000. $200,000 is 40,000, 20% down. There you go. All right. You can take the $40,000 and go out there and see what $200,000 will get you. But you better make sure it's something that's going to make you money, because there's no point, getting in real estate if it ain't going to make you no damn money. If you want to invest it, I don't know. It ain't going to get you much in investment, unless you go catch Bitcoin when it drops back down to 17,000 or some shit. I don't know. But, if you want to do real estate, look into it. Do your homework. Go find out what 200 grand will buy you in your area. Will it buy you a duplex? Does it make sense? Do the numbers work? That's it.
There you go. All right. Shout out Slot Kid. Thank you for the $10. Ben, I buy an industrial 18 acres, 127,000 square foot in Southern Carolina for $4 million.
California.
California.
Southern California.
For $4 million 5 years ago. Developers are writing me offers now north of $30 million. I hate to exchange as my NOI is $1.4 million a year.
Developers are writing me offers north of $30 fucking million.
Why wouldn't you take
shit.
that?
Are you kidding me or what? If you get your hands on $30 million, what the hell? Your NOI is $1.4 million a year.
It's $30 million.
Yeah, but $1.4 million a year. Shit. It's going to take you 25 years. Are we still online? Or are we off the air? Can't see. It's going to take you 25 years to get that 30 million. Let me tell you something. You get that 30 million and you don't pay, tax on it by 1031 in it. That 30 million can get you 120 million if you really want it. Okay. But let's just say you go out and you replace just the 30 million. All right. 30 million at a safe 6 cap today. Okay. Puts you at about, what's that? It's
30 million.
About $1,080,000. What is that? $1,080,000 a year? Am I right or wrong? Or am I? Let's see here. All right, here we go. If you went out today and you bought something for $30 million, like a big department store or something like a Walmart or Home Depot or a couple of them, or Walgreens is at $5 million a pop.
1.8 million. You're
going
right.
to get 1.8 million in cash flow if you go out and buy something for $30 million. And you'll have no debt on it. So then you can go to the bank and you could probably borrow $20 million. It all depends on how much money you got in the bank right now. If $20 million or 30, you could probably borrow more than 20 million on a really nice shopping center. If you went out, what's it like to have $20 million in the bank? It means a lot. So, I would definitely not fucking pass that opportunity up. Okay, you did great. You bought at the right time. You hit a home run. You've been milking the place for 5 years, making a fortune. But now, it's just like the same thing. I just sold my portfolio for $90 million. Why? Because I looked at all the profit that I had and what I could do with that profit. And you talk about making $25 million here. How often do you get that chance in friggin' life? It only comes a few times, even in my world. So not even.
All right, last super chat.
All right, last super chat. And I gotta go eat dinner.
All right,
and I'm exercising now. I'm walking my pool.
Shout out Fernando.
If I walk 5 times, it's a mile.
Shout out Fernando Meja. Thank you for the $50. Event was great.
Mejia. That was your mother's grandmother's maiden name. Mejia. When I met Carla, she had like 5 names. Her name was Carla Nanila Callejas Mejia, Mama, and then Mallah. All right, what else? What did he say? I'm sorry.
Event was great. Thank you. And thank you for advice on the banks that are financing triple net here in Tampa. You mentioned you have capital that you need to invest. What's your ideal criteria for a triple net?
Right now, I'm looking for essential necessity stuff. Give me a grocery store. Give me a Chinese takeout in the shopping center, a hair, a nails, a doctor. I don't care if it's necessity. I'm looking for it because this way Amazon won't crush me. But I'll look at anything. I looked at a fucking $100 million Amazon warehouse today, and I might buy it. God damn it, retire. Lease went out like 20 years or some shit. I'm looking for anything that makes sense, okay? Bring it to my table, and I'll try to eat. All right? That's all I can tell you, but I appreciate if you came to that show. He came to that show, didn't he? He went to the event. Oh, man, that's great. I'm telling you, you don't want to miss the next event, October 15th. What else?
The very last one, all right?
All right.
We can't pass this one.
I feel bad for the other guys. All right, we'll
All
do
right.
well.
If somebody gave you Pollock money, then say it.
Shout out Zeke. Thank you for the $50. I want to move to Vegas next year. I have $750 post-tax cash, making nothing, 0 debt, and an 800 credit rating. I want a multi-unit property, but everything is overpriced junk. But buy now or wait for further tanking.
Okay, seriously, where's he going? He wants to move to Vegas. Viva Las Vegas! Listen, Vegas is a jumping town, and when the market's turning, which it is, you're gonna find opportunity there. okay, you need to go and find a deal. But the 750 shouldn't be making you nothing. I hope you got it in a damn money market account, at least 2.5% right now. You got to understand when rates go up, they pay more too. So, invest the money, let it sit there making you some money. But basically, you need to go find a deal. Okay, you got no debt. You got $750,000. Go to Vegas and stay the fuck out of casinos. And the girls, stay away from the girls in the casino. But find a deal. They're out there. They got a low ball. Find a good broker that's willing to get out there and make some low ball offers on shit that makes sense to you. All right. That's what you got to do right now. You got to put your time in. The more time you put in, the more you'll get out of it.
There you go. All right. Shout out Jonathan. New to the U.S. I'm from the U.K. Saving to buy our first house on Long Island.
Ooh, Long Island.
FHA sounds a tasty option, but is it true sellers don't like buyers with an FHA loan? Perhaps we're better off saving 20%.
Listen, all right, buyers like anybody that can perform. If you get pre-approved for FHA, you're walking around with the money in your hand. All right, all you got to do is leave enough time to go through the process of the closing and getting the loan lined up and get it funded. 20% down. That's what the banks typically want. And if you're moving to Long Island, it's probably going to be a big fat jumbo loan. But you should always try and see if you can use FHA first. And buyers don't care. You know what you got to do is, if you want to compete with people that got money, you have to kind of just knock down your time for inspections, and don't waste a lot of your time inspecting the place and making up your mind. Remove your physical inspections to the property pretty quickly. That'll show them you're serious. Throw them a few bucks if you have to, $500, $1,000 is money to guarantee you'll do the deal. And then make sure you leave enough time. You have to have a financing contingency no matter what you do. Make sure you got a financing contingency in that contract that gives you enough time to either close it with 20% down, but you should try to do the FHA if you can. You might be able to, even though I don't know what your status is here, but you might qualify for first-time home buyer. I don't know. Whatever you owned in England, I don't think counts. But try to find and get qualified. Okay, that's what you can do. And if you're going to live in the house, you don't need to put 20% down. Typically, owner occupies, the banks do less. They'll do 10%, do 15%, depends on your income, depends on your credit. You can even do 5% in some banks. Go online. Everything's online these days. You can go to friggin' Quicken Online and get a goddamn FHA or any kind of loan. All right.
That's it. We don't have any more super chats.
All right. Listen, I'm not kidding now. I need you to come down in Tampa and rent a room in my hotel and hang out with us. And we're going to have a great time in my hotel. And you're going to definitely walk away like you spent some valuable time doing something. You're going to be around great people that all want the same thing. Everybody from every walk of life, it doesn't matter. We're there to try to make some money. And I'm going to be there with all my family, my boys, everybody to help you. Okay, we're going to hang out. We'll do the pictures. We'll hang out with the car. We'll hang out at the bar. We'll go to the restaurant. The bar and restaurant will be open, but, bring a credit card. And Happy's doing really good over there. You got the place all fixed up and ready for you guys. So I'm going to be looking for you to come to my town. All right, go to benmallah.com/live. Get on a plane, get on a bus, get on a train. I don't care, but get here.
Yep.
I'm going to be there, and I'm going to be looking for you. Adios, amigos.
Make sure you go subscribe, comment,
subscribe,
hit the notification bell.
Get involved, baby.
Follow all his social media at real Ben Mallah. Go follow my Instagram.
Don't go to the fake ones. Go to the at real Ben Mallah.
Yeah.
And don't send no money to nobody. The only person that can collect money is Rafal through benmallah.com on our website.
I even have fakes.
He's got fakes. So I think you're a fake sometimes.
My real Instagram account, Aaron_Mallah Life. And that's it.
All
Rafal
right.
has Instagram too, if you can find it.
Pollock.com.
Scoop of 3D.
What is it?
Scoop of 3D. And also
we have what the fuck you just said.
All right, it's in the video description.
All right. All right. And go online and you'll find some information there. A little Ben put online. What are the due diligence list? We go over all this shit. We go and we do a damn event. We go from start to finish, baby, and everything in the middle, from A to Z in real estate and borrowing money. And if you want to hang out with some big shots and you want to be a big shot, then you better be there, because the only way you're going to make money in life is to get around other people making it. So adios, amigos. Anything else? Can I